Hey guys, and welcome back to another video from Fantasy Nerd. So this is part 3 of how to play Magic the Gathering. In this video, we're going to go over abilities that are on cards, how to play them, what they do, and stuff like that. Now, abilities in Magic, there are a lot, more than you're going to see today. Some abilities haven't been in Magic in a while, in like standard sets. So I'm not going to go over every single one because some, if you're just going to play standard, some of them you're not going to use. But as new sets come out, I will show them in a video. I'll show them off when new sets come out that either show new abilities or bring back old ones. All right, so let's get started with this. So, like I said when we were doing the intro to Magic, whenever you play a card, a creature or enchantment or sorcery, you can only play it on your turn unless the card says otherwise. So the first ability we're going to look at is Flash. If any one of your cards has Flash, that means you can play it on your opponent's turn or you could play it on your turn. So we'll take this enchantment for instance. So it costs 2 of any color and 1 green to play. It has Flash, and it says when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So you could play this on your opponent's main phase, his first one or his second one, and when you would play it, you tap the land, put it down, and then you would search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped. So let's just say this was a land. It would come in tapped like that. And then on your turn, so now the benefit to playing this on your opponent's turn is that, so you search your library for a basic land, it comes in tapped, okay, just like that. Now, his turn is done, now it's your turn. On your turn, untap all your land. That's one of the things you do in the beginning of your turn. So that land that came in tapped on your opponent's turn is now untapped. So you draw a card, and now if you have a land in your hand, play it. So you already have an extra land, and now you're playing one. So you can only play 1 land per turn, but you did that on your opponent's turn, and it untapped on yours. Now let's say you did this on your turn. Alright, so it's your main phase. You do this, okay. Now you search for a land, comes in tapped. Now that land does not untap until your next turn. So after your turn, your opponent goes, still tapped. Then you go, it untaps. So this you always want to play on your opponent's turn, so that when it's your turn, it untaps, you have an extra land. If you don't have any land in your hand, well, it's almost like you just played one. If you do have land in your hand, all right, now it's like you're putting out a second one. So there's a benefit to this. All right. So there we go with that. So that's Flash. They have Flash on creatures, on enchantments. I think sorceries have it. Because see, an instant, you could play an instant on your turn or your opponent's turn. Sorceries, enchantments, creatures, artifacts, those you can only play on your turn unless they have Flash. Alright, so next we have, now there's a couple things on here, but we'll go through all of them. So we'll start right to left. Alright, now, when you play a creature, so forget about this stuff for a second. Alright, you tap the 4 land, put him out on your turn. All creatures have summoning sickness unless the card says otherwise. And of course, summoning sickness is when a creature comes out onto the battlefield, you cannot use it until the next turn, until your next turn. Now on your opponent's turn, you can block with it, but you can't attack until it's your next turn, unless the card says Haste. So when a creature says Haste, you tap the 4 land, put the card down, a 3/3 creature. Now it has Haste, it can attack right away. Soon as it goes out on the battlefield, boom, you could go, all right, I'm going to attack, 3 defense. All right? So when a creature says haste, or if you give a creature haste, then you can attack with it right away. Summoning Sickness is gone. All right? Now, next, Trample. So when a creature has Trample, and I'm going to show you, okay, we're going to do it this way. So that's my opponent's creature. This is my creature. Now I go to attack with the 3/3. Alright? I tap to attack. Now he decides to block with the 1/1. Forget about what's over there. He blocks with the 1/1. Now if it didn't say Trample, let's just pretend that's not there. I attack with the 3/3. He blocks with the 1/1. Alright, his creature is dead. I take 1 damage, so I'm at 3/2 instead of a 3/3. And he only has 1 health. I attack with 3. He's dead. Alright, he goes in the graveyard. I stay tapped. Combat's over. But because I have Trample, I attack with 3/3. He blocks with the 1/1. Alright, 1 damage goes to him. Kills him. Now, the remaining damage, which would be 2, instead of it just, that's it, it's done, it goes through him and attacks the player. So my opponent gets 2 damage. The creature takes 1 damage because he only has 1 health. Alright, so if he was a 2/2, he would take 2 damage and then 1 damage would go to my opponent. So whenever you see Trample on a card, that just means that when you attack with Trample, it goes, any damage that is left over from the blockers, that damage would go to your opponent. Alright? And now we're going to talk about First Strike. Alright, so again, we'll set this up like this. Alright, so here's how First Strike works. So I'm going to attack with my 3/3. Alright. The 1/1 is, you know, let's pretend that he's a 3/3 also. So 3/3/3/3. So I attack with the 3/3. And he does 3 damage to me. So if I do 3 to him, he does 3 to me. When I attack and he blocks, we're both dead. 3/3/3/3. Alright, there you go. But because I have First Strike, I attack with 3/3. It hits him because I get First Strike, so I get to hit him first. He doesn't do anything to me. Now, if he is still alive, then he would hit me back. If he is dead, so nothing happens. So 3/3 on the 3/3. First Strike. I attack, he blocks, I hit him first, it kills him. That's it. He does not do 3 damage to me. Now, let's say he's a 4/4. Actually, yeah, let's say he's a 4/4. And I'm a 2/2. Alright? I hit him first. Alright? I do 3 damage to him. Now, he is a 4 attack, 1 defense. He hits me for 4. Okay, he would kill me. So that's how First Strike works. You get to hit first before, and if your opponent is dead, nothing happens to you. There's no attack from him. If he's not dead, then he would hit you right after. All right. So we've done First Strike, Trample, Haste, and we've done Flash. All right. Now we are going to do Deathtouch. Deathtouch is a very simple one also. All right, so we're going to use him right here. All right, that's my opponent's creature. This is my creature. So I have a 1/1. He has a 1/2. Now in regular combat, excuse me, guys. In regular combat, I would attack with the 1/1. He blocks. He does 1 damage to me. I'm dead. I do 1 damage to him, but he's a 1/2, so he still has 1 life left. Alright? But because I have Deathtouch, Deathtouch is when you attack your opponent, so I'm attacking 1/1 Deathtouch. If he blocks, it doesn't matter. Oh, excuse me. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, I attack with a 1/1 Deathtouch. If your creature has Deathtouch, it doesn't matter if he's a 1/2, a 1/3. It doesn't matter if his health is 20. If it's a 1 attack, 20 defense. Deathtouch automatically kills your opponent. So your opponent's creature blocks. No, I'm sorry, not your opponent, your opponent's creature. So I attack with a 1/1 Deathtouch. He blocks with the 1/2. Yes, I'm dead. Because he is doing 1 damage to me, so he is going to kill me. But my 1 attack on his 2 defense kills him because of Deathtouch. Even if, let's say I was a 5/5, and he's a 3/5, a 3/6. Alright? I attack with the 5/5, and then the 3/6 blocks. Now, 3 damage to me, I'm still alive. Now, he has 6 life, but I only did 5, because he's a 5/5. I did 5 damage, so he still has 1 life left. Yes, but because I have Deathtouch, instant kill. Alright, it automatically kills. But in this case, because I'm a 1/1 and he has 1 attack, he would kill me too. But I take out a 2 defense with a 1 kill. So that's how Deathtouch works. Deathtouch is good when, like, so let's say you have a 1/1 creature and your opponent has an 8/8. Okay, yes, he's gonna die, but because of Deathtouch, your 1/1 is gonna kill that 8/8. So that's cool. Alright, sorry, let me straighten this out. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna go over. Alright, I don't have it. Alright, we're gonna do it this way. So here's what I'm gonna teach you another one. I don't have the card now, but I can still make this work. So another ability is flying. Creatures that have flying. So let's pretend that this 1/2, forget about reach. I'll go into that in a second. We're going to pretend that he's a flyer, a 1/2 flying. Alright? And he's just a 1/1 regular. Alright, so I attack with the 1, you know what, here we go, even better. A 1/1 and a 1/1, forget about the 2. So I attack with the 1/1 flyer. He is a regular 1/1 creature. The only cards that could block flying are other flyers and cards with reach. So if I attack with the 1/1 flyer, if he doesn't have reach or flying, it goes right over him, and that one damage goes to your opponent. Alright? Now, this card right here has reach. So let's say he was a 1/1 flyer. Alright? He attacks, I tap him, 1/1 flying, flies over. Now, because I have reach, I can block. His 1/1 on my 1/2. I take it, I take 1 damage, now I'm a 1/2. So I lose 1 life, now I'm a 1/1. I'm still alive. And I do 1 damage to the 1/1, kills him. So that's how, it's pretty simple. If your creatures have flying, the only thing that could block flying is another flyer or reach, a creature with reach. If they don't have reach or flying, then you cannot block flying. It flies over them and it attacks your opponent. Alright, and this card says when he enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature with flying an opponent controls. So that's an added bonus. And I'm not going to go into escape and chain web right now, but that's a new ability. So we'll go into that in a minute. Alright, now we're going to talk about enchantments. Alright, let me bring this up closer because I have the glare. So, enchantments, this is how enchantments work. With this one, you would tap 1 red to play this enchantment. Enchant creature. So I'm gonna grab a creature. I'll use him again. Alright, that's my creature. When you enchant a creature, unless it says target, enchant creature, you can only enchant your creature. So, enchantment aura, enchant creature. So I'm going to tap a red. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has haste. So he now becomes a 2/1 because the +1 makes his attack 2. The +0 keeps his defense at 1. So he's a 2 attack, 1 defense, and he has haste, and he has Deathtouch. So if I play him on my turn, he has summoning sickness. I can't do nothing. For a red, I do this. I enchant him. He gets haste, so he can attack on the turn he comes in. He gets +1/+0, so he's a 2/1, and he has Deathtouch. Alright? So that is how enchant creature works. And there's a bunch of different abilities that, or a bunch of different stuff that you'll see when it comes to enchanting creatures. You'll see them in different cards. In fact, I'm going to show you another one right here. So let me pull this creature back out. Alright, 3 of any color, 1 black. Going to cost you 4 land. You tap it. Enchant creature you control. Alright, so right there it's telling you it has to be a creature that you control. When Aspect of Lamprey, if I'm saying that right, enters the battlefield, target opponent discards 2 cards. So when it says opponent discards, that means they have to look in their hand like this, and they have to pick 2 cards from their hand and put them in the graveyard. Alright, so that's a different enchantment. And then it says enchanted creature has lifelink. Alright, so while I have this card out, I'm going to explain to you what lifelink does. Now, if a creature has lifelink, which we're going to do this. We're going to go this way. Alright, so let's pretend that that's a 1/1 and this is a 1/1. Now, instead of Deathtouch, he has lifelink. I tap to attack. 1/1 lifelink to him. Well, to my player. 1/1 lifelink to my opponent. He decides to block with his 1/1, just a regular creature. Alright? I do 1 damage to him. He's 1 defense. He's dead. He does 1 damage to me. I only have 1 defense. I'm dead. But because I have lifelink, I gain 1 life. I go in the graveyard. He goes in the graveyard. But because I have lifelink, I gain 1 life based off my attack. So let's say he's a 5/5. He's a 1/1. I attack, or he's a 5/5, I'm a 5/5. 5/5 lifelink. He blocks with his 5/5 regular. I kill him, he kills me. But because I have lifelink, the 5 damage that I did to him, I gain 5 life. So lifelink is really good for gaining life, especially when you're almost out. And when you build up a creature, the bigger the creature, the more you'll get. Like if he's an 8/8, 9/9, 10/10, and trust me, it can happen. Let's say he's a 10/10. That's 10 life right there that you gained. So you start at 20 life. If you're down to 10 and you have a 10/10 lifelink, you're right back to 20. You're right back at the beginning. So that is how lifelink works. Alright, we've done Flash. Alright, we've done Reach. Alright, I'm going to hold off on these for now. We're going to stop here. And then I will do another video later. going into more of some of the newer stuff. Alright, so right there you guys learned Haste, you learned Deathtouch, you learned Flying, you learned Lifelink, you learned how to do Reach, Flash, Trample, First Strike, and then, and then you know what? Actually, I'll save that one for the next video. In the next video, we'll do Double Strike, we'll do Escape, we'll do, there was another one here. Exiling, and then attacks each combat if able. We'll go into that. So, there we go. And then I'll look through my other cards and see if there's anything I'm missing, which I'm sure I am, and then I'll put that in the next video too. So guys, thank you for watching my videos. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Follow me on Instagram, #FantasyNerd. Follow me on TikTok, #FantasyNerdNY.